For more videos like this for Discrete 1, you can check out Sarai's studies. Link is in the description box below.
We're given a grammar where V consists of the symbols S, A, B, C, and T. The set of terminal symbols consists of the symbols A, B, C, and T, and where these here are our productions. We're told to generate two strings in the language of the grammar that are the names of animals, so basically generate two animals. A good place to start is the starting symbol S. If I look at the set of terminal symbols, remember that this is a set of symbols that our strings are going to be made up of at the end of the day. So I'm really just going to ask myself, well, how can I use these to come up with an animal? Well, I see C, I see A, and I see T. So that's one animal, cat. So hopefully our productions allow us to come to this. And another animal I see is B-A-T. So that would be bat. So let's see if we can generate those animals. So again, we start at the starting state. If I want to generate cat, I would like to start with the C. So let me number my productions or my rules. It says that I can go from S to A, or from S to B, or from S to C. So I'll call this rule number 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Now, if I go from S to C, then that would look something like this, and then I would be done because there's no non-terminal symbol that forces me to keep going. So I would suggest to go from S to CS, because that way, if I use production or rule number 7, I'm forced to keep going because this is a non-terminal symbol, a symbol I can't end with because it's not in the terminal set. So far I've collected C. Okay, the next thing I want is an A. So from S, I have two options. I can either go from S to A or from S to AS. Both of these give me an A. But if I use production number 1, that would just look something like this. I would be able to collect a C and an A, but then I would be forced to stop because there's no non-terminal symbol that forces me to keep going. But if I used AS, S is non-terminal, so I'm forced to keep going. So I'll use production number 5 that says S can go to AS. And then from here I would want a T. So I have two options. Either I can go from S to T or from S to TS. Well, if I go from S to TS, that would be using production number 8. S is non-terminal, so I can't end with it. So I'd be forced to keep going, and I don't want to keep going because I just want to collect cat. So it's best if I use the rule that says I can go from S to just T. So that would be production or rule number 4. So using production 4, I can go from S to just T. And because there's no non-terminal symbol, a symbol that I can't end with, I can end here. And I've collected CAT. So I managed to generate the string CAT using this grammar. Let's see if we can generate bat. Again, we start at the starting state. I first want a B. I have two options. I can either go from S to B, or I can go from S to BS. If I choose this one, I would just be forced to stop because there's no non-terminal symbol that forces me to keep going. And I want to keep going because I have two other letters I want to get to. So I'll use the rule from S to BS, that's production number 6. So if I use rule number 6, I can go from S to BS. And then here's a non-terminal symbol, a symbol that's not in the terminal set, so you can't end with it, so it forces you to keep going. So I've collected a B so far, I want an A. So I have two options. I can either go from S to A or from S to AS. Because I want to continue after this, I'm going to select AS. That would be production number 5. And again, I'm forced to keep going because it's a non-terminal symbol. And finally, I want a T. So far, I've collected B and an A. I'm missing a T. I have two options. I can either go from S to T or from S to TS. If I chose TS, I would be forced to keep going because I would have a non-terminal symbol. I can't end with it. So I'll choose a production or the rule that says I can go from S to just T. That's production number 4. So using that production, I go from S to T. And because there's no non-terminal symbol, the only symbols I see here are from the terminal set. Terminal means end, so I'm allowed to end with them if that's all I see. I'm actually done. So I managed to collect BAT as a string. So the language of this grammar consists of cat as a string and also bat as a string and so many other strings, but they only asked us to generate 2 of them. And that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next.